Hey Pisces, it's Regina here from Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here to talk to you about the month of September using tarot and astrology for everyday living. There's a lot going on for you, Pisces. Let's jump right in. So we know on September 1st, Saturn, the planet of responsibility, hardship, but long-term success, re-entered your sign. Now, this is the last 5 months. September 1st through February 13th, 2026, Saturn will be in your sign. So it's there to clean up the past. You rule karma, and Saturn is here to do its final cleanup, really. And once Saturn finishes in February, it won't return to your sign for 29 years. Okay, so this is the last of this. Now, I was just telling a client that whenever I look at a chart, I look, where is Saturn? Where is Pluto currently? Because that's where you know that Pluto's there to break things apart and to get rid of the things that don't work and bring in the new. And we know that Saturn is going to bring in hardship. But remember, Saturn is a builder. It's not a destroyer. So review your actions. You can master the situation. There's just some old ways of being that need to be cleaned up, okay? Pisces, you rule things like drugs and alcohol, retreating back, rule anytime we step away. And Saturn's there kind of like, what are we doing? Taking inventory and kind of making us report back to it because it's a disciplinarian or the Lord of the Zodiac. So for you, Pisces, you're kind of under pressure right now, but then you'll be done with it. You'll be off the hook. So see what Saturn is there to help you build. Now, what else? You have the north node of the moon currently in the sign of Pisces. So any babies born right now will have the north node of the moon in your sign, which means that's their soul's contract, what they came here to do. And as it's transiting through your sign of Pisces, there's a lot of emphasis for us as to where the things that we're learning right now. We're learning about beginnings and ends, about letting go of things that don't serve us, stepping up, getting out of our own way, okay? Because sometimes I think of sabotage. We sabotage ourselves in ways. So getting out of our own way to allow the highest and best to come through. Now, remember, we're going to have a Pisces full moon this month. We're going to get back to that. Now, you're right across from the sign Virgo, and there's tons of activity in Virgo. We know the sun is in Virgo this month. And on September 2nd, Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into Virgo. And then on the 3rd, it's going to square Uranus, so feathers will be ruffled. But get your ducks in a row. This is a good time to get your ducks in a row. Plans can change, so keep an original copy of the original plan, and you may refer back to it later. But there's going to be upheavals of plans, but keep working to get your ducks in a row. Now, the 7th is the Pisces full moon. It's at 15 degrees Pisces. So this is all about you. This is your full moon month. And this is a full moon on steroids because not only is it Pisces, but it's a lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipse want to take something away. Now, Virgo has the south node in it, so the past is there. So there's things from the past that may surface, and this is time to let it go. Saturn is there with you that wants to kind of regulate things. So don't make the same past mistakes and bring people in or ideas in that just don't work, okay? Anything on weak ground will collapse during this time. It may feel intense. Relationships, career, health. The key to this is to get really zen. And we were talking last month with the first Virgo new moon, because we have 2 this in a row, about looking for ways to manage stress and, not just a typical diet and exercise, which is great too, but things like hobbies and maybe like knitting or something that can just be very calming to you, okay? So you got to get zen. You have to get really honest with yourself. That which is leaving probably really left a long time ago. Okay. Clear away dead wood to make room for new growth. This is a big deal. Letting go of something from the past. And during this time, Uranus and Pluto are going to be trining. So there's a lot of potential for healing, but it really is dependent on our choices. It really comes down to our choices. So please don't take a step backwards. Okay, let's see what else we've got going on. We know Venus is going to move into Virgo later in the month. So let me just make sure Venus is going to be there. When is it going to be there? 9/19 through 10/13, Venus to Virgo. So then Venus is going to be opposite you, right? Oppositions, each side wants something. Venus wants harmony and relationships, but it's in Virgo, which is not its best placement. It's actually considered its fall. And so Venus, it's a good time for invites, offers, and opportunities, but Venus in Virgo knows that they come with strings attached, so be shrewd, okay? But anytime Venus is involved, it's a beautiful thing. Make sure that you're making time for your relationships also. Now, we know that we're going to have the Virgo new moon at the end of the month on September 1st. So this is going to be happening right across from you. And this comes with a solar eclipse. There's a lot of emphasis on things like health and wealth, and there's a lot of emphasis on the body, and are you taking care of it, and are you burning the candle on both ends, and asking you to cut back on spending, okay? And the gift of this eclipse can be grounding energy. So it's just kind of off the charts. There's so much going on for you and so much going on for everybody with these eclipses. And so interesting times. Now, you also have a trine going on when Mars, the planet of action, moves into the watery sign of Scorpio, which is considered an exalted, I believe it's the exalted position for Mars, because Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio. So from 9/22 to 10/13, you're going to have this trine with Mars in this watery sign of Scorpio that makes a smooth, harmonious aspect to you. So you'll be able to get things done. You'll be able to sense it. Your psychic energy will be strong, and you'll be able to sense which way to go. Now, you also have a trine with Jupiter, the planet of luck and blessings, in the water sign of Cancer. So I feel like those kind of make up for the fact of all the Saturn stuff going on and all the intensity with the full moon and new moon and eclipses. At least you have this trine with Jupiter, and so Jupiter can bring in harmony for you. All right, let's see what the dice have to say for you, Pisces, for the month of September. And you rolled the South Node in the sign of Leo in the 6th house, which is Virgo's house. Okay, so that's where the South Node actually is right now, in the Virgo's house, right? Or Virgo, in the sign of Virgo. You rolled Virgo's house. So you got the South Node in Leo in Virgo's house. So something from the past, the South Node is the cup of the past. In the sign of Leo, it almost feels like romance. In the 6th house, which is the house of Virgo, of health, of contribution to society. And so I kind of get a feeling that you may find some old love story comes back into town, and it wasn't good for you. It wasn't healthy for you. You're going to have to make sure you don't make the same mistake here. Okay. Or this could be just some old friends that come back into town, and Leo wants to have a great time, and Leo rules fun. And so there's things here. It's in the past for a reason. Okay. Remember that. All right, let's put a couple cards on the table. Let's see what Pisces needs to know this month. This first couple cards are going to just be the overall theme of what you need to know this month. Then we're going to break it down further, okay? I have one for you from the Curious Travels Tarot, one from the Pastoral, and one from the Magical Hours. That one jumped out, so we'll put that one there. Haven't looked at any of these cards yet, except I kind of saw that one that flipped over. And let's give you one from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle so you can see what your spirit animal guide is this month. Pisces, let's see what you have. You have the 6 of Pentacles here. They're kind of reaching towards those scales. 6 of Pentacles is usually like a financial exchange. 6 is a number of moving forward. And we see they're reaching for that balance. All right, let's see what else we've got. The Chariot. This is associated with the sign Cancer, ruled by the moon. We know Jupiter's hanging out in the sign of Cancer, trining you. So there's overcoming obstacles next to a card about finances, overcoming obstacles to move forward. They're moving really fast there. This is the Four of Swords, and she's got her basket full. I'm sorry, this is a Seven of Swords. She's got her basket full of 6 swords, but there's one that's like dropping or falling away from her. So there's maybe an idea that needs to be dropped. She's moving forward with the 6. So 6 is all about moving forward. So technically you would say that's a 6, this is a 6, and this is a card of moving forward. So you got a lot of forward movement. This is almost like falling back or the past there, right? So there's nothing for you there. There's just nothing for you there. And I think it's an old relationship that shows up. All right, let's see what your spirit animal is. It is the lynx, the keeper of secrets. Let's see what the card says. It says, take time out from the world, very Pisces, and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see other secrets and keep them sacred. In the silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Pretty cool, the lynx. Okay, so keeper of secrets. So interesting. Let's see how that plays out. When I think of secrets, I do think of Pisces. So that is true. And I wonder if that's what the past is about, something that you know somebody's secret. Here's the thought falling away. All right, let's keep going and see what we get. All right, I'm going to make a pile. I've been calling it the Saturn pile, the career pile, or all your long-term things like your family, your values, your reputation, but a lot to do with work, where you're focusing your energy. I guess I'm getting 3 there from the Curious Travels. I'm going to make another pile that I'm calling the Venus pile, relationships, love, friendships, wherever you are looking for harmony and relationships, whatever kind. We're going to make a pile for that. So let's put a couple more cards there. And maybe one more. I'm really loving this Curious Travels deck. It's my new favorite. Last month I was saying that this Magical Hours was my new favorite, but you know, I always got a new favorite. We've got so many decks coming into the store, and they're slowly getting added to our online store, which will be launching any day now. All right, let's put some cards up at the top for your biggest challenge this month. And let's get one more there for your biggest challenge this month. And then let's make a pile of your biggest opportunity this month, Pisces. Get one more over there for your biggest opportunity. Great. Let's see what we've got. Let's start with the Saturn pile, the moon. Okay, that lobster, I believe lobsters grow, the different parts of the lobsters grow in different moon stages. And the moon is a powerful pull. We know this is your full moon month. Okay, so we've got a lot there. The moon rules marketing in astrology. It pulls people towards you. Okay, so we've got, and we know lobsters, the value of a lobster, right? They're really expensive. So we've got something here, the moon. Let's see what else we've got. The Magician. So you've got 2 major arcanas so far. This is, some people call this a Cancer card, but in tarot, this is actually a Pisces card. Then you got a Scorpio card. So you got 2 water cards. So there's something here very strong about your feeling, your intuition. It's in the house of business, right? Or your pile of Saturn, of success, of your career. And the Magician shows up, and the Magician has all the elements to make whatever he wants possible. It's Scorpio energy. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So you got 2 major arcanas and the Queen of Money, the Queen of Value here. And can't even really see her face. She's just got a bunch of flowers on her head and a crown. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any lack here. Whatever it is that you want to be going on there, you can pull it into you. You can attract what it is you're looking for. There's a lot of stability here and a lot of value, or you could say it's well funded. Okay, so this looks good here. Now, over here, love pile. Let's see what's going on there. 6 of Wands. She's riding that horse, showing off her award. Okay, this is like the rock star card. So there's forward movement, another 6 of fire, Eight of Wands, sometimes called the honeymoon card or travel card. Look how her heart is like opened up there and all these letters are coming out of it. So there's definitely some heartfelt expression there. And the Queen of Swords, she's no nonsense, and she would be the queen of boundaries. So I do think that someone is showing up, and this is very Leo-like. We got Leo energy there. And they may pull on your heart, and they may bring up old stories from the past. But the queen of boundaries is coming in there. She's no nonsense, so don't take any. Okay. All right, let's go up here to the biggest obstacle for you this month, Pisces. It's the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is young energy. It could be restless, wanting things to move a little faster than they do. And the Hierophant, she's the teacher. She looks like a literal teacher here. It's a 5, so it's a number of change. So there may be some things about schooling, education. There may be some issues with authority in general, okay? And then the Page of Wands is like, could be a troublemaker. So be careful. You don't need any problems. Now let's go into your biggest opportunity. Is the Hanged Man, which is such a Pisces card, wrapped in a snake, which we're in the year of the snake. So your opportunity here is to accept any delay you're feeling and to slow down, to be your true Pisces self who likes to retreat back. And your biggest opportunity is the Two of Swords, which is asking you to go within. The answers are not external. So your biggest opportunity is really not to be confrontational, right? Because you've got some like feisty energy over there that could get you into trouble. And your biggest opportunity is to take some time back to assess what's going on before you make any major decisions. And it's like giving you an opportunity to retreat. Let me put another card on that pile so I can understand a little bit more about what this opportunity is, because there was so much forward moving energy here. What is that opportunity about? And it's the Six of Cups. Another 6. You've had a lot of 6s. And this is kind of reminiscing, okay? So it may be helpful for you to take a little time back, maybe go through some old photos, take some resting time. And I'm interested about what the secrets are too. Let me just see what that Chariot, which is the second one of these. I think you're on to some storyline. Like it's almost like you might not have all the facts, but you have a feeling about something and you're probably right. And something about this person from the past coming into it also. It's almost like take a little time here to reminisce in your own way. Let me just see. Is this person supposed to have time spent with them? Okay. I think what I'm getting here, because I got the 9 of Swords, I'm asking like, are you supposed to be spending time with this person that shows up? The 9 of Swords worry card, the Fool card reversed, where he's like putting a pentacle into an alligator's mouth. And a reversed 4 of Wands where they're like playing together, but it's reversed. So this person's going to spur memories from the past. You're being asked to kind of retreat back into, we're welcome to remember and feel, but this person who shows up isn't really have anything positive for you. And I kind of get almost like a little bit of haughty energy from them, egotistical energy from them, or they want something from you. And I think you know some things about this person that maybe they've entrusted to you, or maybe you just know or feel or sense. And you have to trust the feelings you have about this person in general, because I think they can get you into trouble. Like almost like legal trouble. So be careful about that. Almost like you could go out drinking and then you could get pulled over. That's the kind of energy I get from this. And the World card shows up reversed.